It's the Red Rooster Breakfast Show. It's Cork's Redfm. Just announced for Live the Marquee. BedX1, it's delighted to have you in studio. Welcome back to Redfm.
Thank you very much.
It's been a busy year for you guys.
It was a busy 2 weeks. And then
2 weeks.
we sort of eased off. No, January was kind of mental. Yeah, we made a record and then we went on tour and then we did artwork for the record and now we're sort of, well, we do till June.
So how long did the actual album take to make? So
2 weeks we were there. We were in America in the studio for 2 weeks, and then the guys we were working with did another couple of days. But essentially, we made a record in 2 weeks.
that's cool. So in comparison to previous albums, like what are we talking?
It's a little quicker. Yeah, it was just. I suppose it was only we were all available. Like the two producers we worked with and ourselves, we only were all available for this 2 week period, so we had to do it.
Yeah.
Which was great because when you're forced to do something like that.
I always find that way cramming works the best for me. And do you find now that, you know, when you look at it, the 2 weeks, are you happy with it, or are you thinking, oh, I'd have loved more time? Are you just happy with the 2 weeks?
No. Kind of finishing it by email was a bit odd, but it was great in that it forced us to sort of make these decisions early and it was a pretty intense time. But I don't know. I think that was it's a far better way of making records than sort of endlessly twiddling. Okay,
Chop Chop is the name of the new album.
Yeah.
Is that reflective of, because they say it's a bold new sound for BedX1, so is it like Chop Chop representative of out with the old, in with the new, or what?
I suppose there's a little of that. Yeah, I suppose it's a sort of mindset whereby we knew we had the 2 weeks and we were pretty brutal about making decisions. We only recorded 9 songs and that's the record, and it's short and sweet, but
good stuff. I love, one of my favourite analogies in music will forever be, you're the chocolate at the end of my cornetto, which was the best part of the cornetto, obviously.
Yeah.
And
it's strange that, because it's nasty chocolate. It's not nice chocolate.
Belgian chocolate. If they had white chocolate, it would have been a lot sweeter, wouldn't it? Or even milk.
It is a milk. I believe it is a milk chocolate. I'm not, I may stand corrected on this. But it's like a nasty sort of cooking chocolate sort of buzz. But it has that sort of nostalgia.
Okay. So ultimately, the chocolate at the end of the cornetto, not necessarily, is it a compliment or not? So
it is a compliment.
It is a compliment.
Because it was my favourite part too.
Alright, okay, good stuff. And no such analogies we can look forward to in the future?
It's a rich seam of crazy analogies. I don't know.
Very good. Okay, well, we will look forward to it. I was down at the launch earlier, rumours of a brass section when you guys come to Live the Marquee. What can we, I suppose it's suitable, you're doing it in the home of jazz in Ireland, really, aren't you?
Yeah, well, yeah, there's a lot of brass on the record, so we do want some humans to play it. So, French horn players out there.
You haven't recruited yet?
We haven't, no.
Okay.
No, we worked with a guy on the record who we saw play with Bon Iver, a guy called CJ Cameri, and he played French horn, trumpet, and flugelhorn. So,
okay.
Yeah.
We know a guy who plays the saxophone. Is that a possibility?
I don't know about sax. What do you think, lads?
If we're getting sax, it's going to be Candy Dulfer.
Okay.
She's first in the queue.
She's going to sax it up for you guys.
She's been in touch. Yeah, she's like, guys, if you need any sax.
All right. Okay.
Apparently, her sax is on fire.
That's what we.
That's what they say.
Oh, really? So we can't use her then?
He always reduces into sax. This guy did like here in the background.
She'd want to do something about that if it's on fire.
Yeah, I'd imagine so.
How do you manage to write brass arrangements for an album that you write in 2 weeks, or that you record in 2 weeks?
Well, we did a lot of work before we went there. Dave has a studio in his house that we use a lot, and the brass. We worked with a guy called Thomas Bartlett on the record. He was one of the producers, and he basically sort of did a lot of the arranging on the fly, where CJ would be playing something and he'd go, no, drop it a tone or drop it 2 tones and then play this on top of it and then play that, and then it was very informal and sort of lash and paint at the easel. So
and the single, Starlings Over Brighton Piers, dreamy and kind of musical. Is that reflective of the rest of the album?
Some of it, yeah.
Because when I heard you record it in 2 weeks, you're thinking, well, maybe they've stripped it back, rock and roll, bang, bang, bang. But by the sounds of that, it's quite dreamy. Is that a fair description of it?
Yeah, it's wistful, it's lilting, it's pensive, dark in places.
Yeah.
No, possibly a bit close to it to properly describe it.
That's it though. The Marquee, you know, it's a big venue. Are we expecting a big sound, or is it going to be a bit more of a stripped back sound? Leaving out the jazz, obviously. Or sorry, leaving out the brass. That aside.
It'll be a big. I mean, in big tents where it's a big cacophonous sort of thing. It's quite a specific gig works. I think being too sort of delicate and noodly will not work.
Yeah.
So it'll be kind of a more broad stroke sort of gig, I think.
Okay, looking forward to it. Of course, this is the 4th year. Will this be the 4th year you guys playing the Marquee?
Yeah.
The stage? Like, you just
Yeah.
keep coming back. Cork loves having you back. Is it well up there with your most favourite gigs to play, I suppose?
Yeah, I mean, we played the Marquee for the first time in 2007. And I remember it was our first sort of big tent gig, and I remember being blown away by the noise of the noise of the crowd in it, and the noise of the crowd singing. It was incredible. I remember we stopped a couple of times playing and let the crowd sing. It was, it had that, and I think we've played a lot of tents since, and they don't really. The Marquee still has something sort of above, I think, your common or garden big tent.
Do you think
it's special? Do
you think maybe the fact that you can go to other festivals and stuff like that, and a tent is just, we'll say, part of the festival, yet there's other bits to it as well. Whereas here, the focus is all about the tent, and therefore you never lose that kind of magic about it, really.
Because it's something that sort of rolls into town for a month a year. I think it's a real destination. It feels like a destination where people will often go, not necessarily because of the act, but because the tent is there.
We even felt warmer as well when you hear the Marquee. Summer is just around the corner here in Cork, which is a good thing. Actually, I've threaded the boards as well at the Marquee. Did so last year, supporting Jessie J. And I just had to go out and basically go, is there any Jessie J fans in the house? And obviously they all go, yay! I can do the same. I'm open for all bookings. Really? Mitzvahs, if they'd like me to do the same, I can do it for you guys.
Do you play French horn?
I can work on it. I can start taking lessons. I'll drop down to Cork School of Music and see what happens. But just as I was going out on stage, and you guys know the buzz, right? The deal before bands come on stage, they play this drone. And then the crowd goes, yay! Then you can just see from backstage the lights are turned on, the crowd goes, yay! And then they say it's you when you walk out, and it's random, there's 6,000 people. So I was walking out just to introduce Jessie J and the support act and stuff like that, and the lads whispered in my ear as I was going out, as I had the radio mic, your fly's down. Good luck with that, and I just walked out. And I was there, this is too late to go back, I can't look down, I just know. Thankfully, the lads were only hopping ball off me and taking the fee. Have you guys had embarrassing stage moments?
Yeah, flying low was one of the many perils of the live performance. I had a particular spectacular moment in London. We were supporting Keane in the Forum, I think it was, in Kentish Town. And I took a tumble over Dominic's monitor and finished the song on my back with the guitar.
Oh, you kept on going?
I kept on going. I didn't quite know what to do, to be honest. So
just pretend it didn't happen.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then kept playing.
This is part of the act.
Because if I tried to get up and sort of, half-arsedly stop playing guitar firstly and then get up. But no, I was professional, continued playing my part and waited till the song finished, and then the boys had me up.
That is, I think even little things like that kind of, dare I say it, add to a gig, because the fact that you just played on through it, they're all going, what a pro, but also maybe it's a very Irish way as well. If somebody slips and falls, they kind of walk on as if nobody saw nothing, even though clearly everybody did. Now, we mentioned that you guys were going to come on the show, so we got some random questions. You all set for them? Maybe think together on this one. Dave in Kinsale, if Bellix1 were to go into battle, would you prefer to take on a duck the size of a horse or 100 horses the size of ducks?
Good question.
Yeah.
Good question. I reckon the 100 horses.
Yeah.
Oh, why the 100 horses? Because they're smaller?
Divvy them out, maybe.
No, a giant duck just sounds too much.
Yeah.
I think there would be sort of an initial sort of terror factor to a giant duck. That
Giant
100
duck,
horses, not so much.
One of the girls summed it up logically as well when we put this question to her in the office earlier. She was going, oh, it'd have to be like the 100 horses because they'd be cute and I could take some home as well.
Nice.
So that was her. Owen Darcy was in touch. Of course, there's a lot of songs in the top 40 at the moment. Is there any top 40 songs that you guys kind of like at the moment that you think, maybe at some stage we do a cover version of that?
Yeah, I'm not sure if they're still kicking around, but I loved the Frank Ocean record last year and the Kendrick Lamar record. I don't know if they're currently still riding the charts, but there's a lot on those records.
Alright, okay.
Could do it.
Who'd this come in from? This is also from Ali. You did a song which was featured on the OC. That was Eve, the apple of my eye. Is there any shows that you guys love where you think, geez, I'd love to have one of our songs featured in that
Breaking
TV?
Bad.
Lots.
I was going to say Breaking Bad as well.
Breaking Bad, yeah. We toured in the States last year with Duke Special
Yeah.
and got him totally hooked on Breaking Bad, and then he joined us on stage in the Empire in Belfast recently, and he came out wearing a Los Pollos Hermanos t-shirt.
Chicken Factory.
Yes, where featured heavily in Breaking Bad. So yeah, Breaking Bad was quite a show. We actually I got a CD to Bryan Cranston when he was here in Ireland. Just
did he ever listen to it?
Thank you. I don't know. I know he was on the Late Late Show, and we sent him a CD.
Brilliant stuff. Are you guys up to date on Breaking Bad? You've seen there's only 6 episodes to go. You're all up to date on it. So do we think he's ultimately going to get away, or will Hank catch up with him? What are our predictions for Breaking Bad?
It's going to be exciting. I don't know, because you get a sneak peek on a future sort of vibe, and he's in a Denny's with a beard, and he looks a bit bet down.
Yeah.
I remember that.
He's like a Bin Laden goes into hiding type job, is it?
Yeah, I think there's that going to happen.
Right, okay. Now, guilty musical pleasures. We do a thing, Cheesy Tuesday. We're talking about pop songs that, you'd never admit, really, that you like that song, but secretly when it comes on, you sneakily turn the radio up. Okay? Now, classic ones we always get, they'll be 90s dance. Right Said Fred is a common one for Cheesy Tuesday. So we might just go around the room and get everybody's guilty musical pleasure and see who is potentially the cheesiest member of Bell X1.
Nice. I gotta say, Call Me Maybe.
Carly Rae Jepsen.
Yeah, I know that's pretty recent, but
Yeah.
there's a couple of really good parodies online. There was a video that some cheerleaders made from Florida,
Yes.
and then some American soldiers stationed in Afghanistan did a parody of their video, which is very funny.
I'm going to try and find that and
Do.
play it for the morning as well. Also, if you're into Breaking Bad, have you ever seen the Taylor Swift parody, We're Never Getting Back Together? You have to have a look at that. Basically, it's the two boys, Jesse and also Mr. White, and as was in the last series, they go, "We're never getting back together," and that is the parody they have in it. Dominic, sir, I'm going to have to get you closer into the mic there. Now, I noticed the way you're staying away from the mic before you admit this.
The first thing that springs to mind, I'm not even sure it's cheesy. The first record I ever bought was the Pointer Sisters.
Jump.
The whole record. It's amazing.
Alright, okay.
So I think that's more of a cool thing, but I don't know if people would think that's cheesy.
Pointer Sisters. Well, Girls Aloud covered it, so that qualifies as cheesy. So.
Actually, totally.
Yeah. Finally, Dave, sir.
I have no idea. Can't think of it. I'm kind of digging that. That is it Ollie Moore's.
Ollie Moore's.
Just insanely infectious, but very annoying.
Yeah.
It's The Police. It's Michael Jackson.
Okay,
It's,
yeah.
And also there's Bruno Mars out at the moment. He has a song.
Oh,
that
maybe,
is-
sorry.
Yeah,
yeah,
you're
it is
thinking of Bruno Mars,
yeah.
possibly.
Yes,
Yeah,
it
yeah.
is Bruno
Locked Out
Mars.
of Heaven, I think that song
Yeah,
is.
I mean, it's a great song. The chorus is kind of lets down a bit, but
Oh, okay.
it's real hit by Foreman.
Oh, that it is, yeah. Kind of paint by number step pop,
Paint by
maybe.
number,
Yeah,
yeah.
no, what you're saying.
I think it's clear to see and hear that Bell X1's idea of what is a cheesy track is slightly different to Seamus's. Would you like to admit what song you, against my wishes, managed to get played on the radio this week as a cheesy Tuesday? No, before that.
Oh, Ricky Martin, Living La Vida Loca.
So when we're talking about cheesy records, this man takes it right down.
Still want me to
Right down.
No, probably not. Oh, yeah, okay, that's good.
I told him Red FM was founded to make sure those songs never had to be played on the radio again, but there you go.
Cork's number 1 for hit music, there, Dave. Title or clues in the title. Okay, guys, what are you going to play for us this morning?
We're going to do a song called Flame, which is, I suppose, the closest we get to.
Yes. I've
Cheesy
heard of
hit.
it. It's Bell X1 on Red FM.
1, 2. Hand brushed against mine, I thought it collapsed. 'Cause I'm no Rolling Stone, I got the too much more. Maybe it's 'cause I'm getting a little bit older. Oh, how your neck flows to shoulder. It draws me to your throne.
I wanna be near you, drinking your light, and taste marshmallows on a cold bar.
On your flame.
I wanna be near you marshmallows on a cold dark
Reflection melts in my mouth like a you don't really care for Jesus. Photograph of this love hangs on my wall. I would dare to speak its name if I knew what it was called. Oh, I would dare to speak its name if I knew what it was called.
where all the warm shadows are standing under the blankets after it's been raining. Where all the warm shadows are standing under the branches after it's been raining. I wanna be near you and blink in your light and touch marshmallows on a cold dark night. I wanna be near you and blink in your light and touch marshmallows on a cold. You brought your flame to the chambers of my heart. You brought your flame. We're all been condemned to die, and now your flame spits shadows on my walls, shadows on my walls. Toast marshmallows on a cold dark night. I wanna be near you and blink in your light and toast marshmallows on a cold dark night.
Fantastic stuff. Gonna have to get you all to clap for each